头更近。
Your Excellency, the Ambassador of China to Fiji, Honorable Assistant Minister, my ministry staffs from the embassy, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Bula Vinaka, and a very good morning to you all. It is indeed a privilege to be here with you, Your Excellency, this morning for this handing over ceremony of 200 basketball and 20 pieces of wheelchair. Your Excellency, our diplomatic ties have come a long way. And in the past years, we have seen a lot of initiatives from the both sides collaborating in the area of youth and sports development. The Chinese government has been actively involved in the positive development of youths in Fiji. Earlier this year, we were very fortunate to receive your assistance for the new volleyball courts in Malawi Nendi and one in Nasinu. Your Excellency, these types of gestures help us promote health and well-being for the communities and also identify some talents in the community that will definitely in future be representing Fiji in sports. Your Excellency, I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge your assistance towards our Youth Farm initiative. And I would like to mention here, Your Excellency, that that program has been a very successful program. And I want to thank you for your assistance as well. Your Excellency, this morning is another example of our partnership. And I hope and wish that this partnership will continue. I remember discussing with you some months back when we were reaching out to our youths. There were a lot of requests for the sporting gears and equipment. And straight away you said, Minister, I will provide. And there we are this morning to receive this basketball, and I can assure you that it will go to the right people. We will also work closely with the Fiji Basketball Association so that they can also benefit out of this donation this morning. Once again, Your Excellency, thank you so much, and I welcome you here for this handing ceremony. Naka.
Nisa Bula Vinaka, good morning. Today it is my great pleasure, along with my colleagues, to attend the handover ceremony of 200 basketballs and 20 vehicles, wheelchairs. I wish to take this opportunity to thank the entrepreneurs of Guangdong province of China who have generously donated these items. I also wish to thank the Chinese community in Fiji, especially Mr. Chen Caiyan. I raised it to you. It is a Chinese business people in Fiji. He usually stayed in Fiji. And also Michael Yang for their coordination and facilitation for this donation. Without their help, this could not have happened. And as you have mentioned, Honorable Minister, that this donation is a clear demonstration of China's support and partnership with Fiji and China's support to Fijian community and youth development. It is also a clear demonstration of our partnership between the Chinese embassy and your esteemed ministry. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, China has provided several millions of assistance to Fiji with the spirit of overcoming difficulties in solidarity, and maintained close exchanges and cooperation with the government and the people of Fiji. Sports and physical exercises keep people, especially young people, healthy and active. Last year, the Chinese Embassy has collaborated with the Ministry of Youth and Sports to build 2 high-standard volleyball courts in Nakasi and Malawi, and handed over a youth ground to provide opportunities to youth groups to establish small-scale projects or improve their ongoing income-generating projects. We are very pleased to do that. And dear friends, this year marks the 100th anniversary of the establishment of the Communist Party of China, and which is a big event in China, Minister. That on November the 11th, just a few days ago, and the 19th Central Committee of the CPC concluded its 6th plenary session in Beijing with the release of a communique and a landmark resolution on the major achievements and historical experience of the CPC over the past century. As the Chinese President Xi Jinping and also the General Secretary of the Communist Party of China stated, China will continue building a community with a shared future for the mankind by widening the opening up and leveraging the advantages of China's huge market to promote international cooperation and achieve win-win results with other countries. And he has also repeatedly committed that China will continue helping other developing countries, including Fiji and the South Pacific countries, to achieve common development. This is the real vision of China while we engage with our friends, and particularly the developing world and the rest of the world. And even just last month, China and South Pacific countries held the first foreign ministers meeting, and the Honorable Prime Minister Mubani Marama, he attended because in the capacity of the Prime Minister and also the Foreign Minister. And during the meeting, and China has declared that we will soon establish 3 centers. One center is called China South Pacific Countries Poverty Eradication Center. The purpose of that is to share with our friends in the South Pacific how China was doing in terms of poverty eradication, and what are the lessons and experiences we learn from our work. And the second is a center for climate change adaptation, because this is one of the key priority of the South Pacific countries, particularly in Fiji. And the third is to establish a China South Pacific emergency reserve, because we learned from the relevant ministries when Fiji is experiencing natural disasters, for instance, cyclones every year. So there is always a need to coordinate, to get the necessary materials and equipment to help people to cope, to deal with those disasters, natural disasters. And of course, this pandemic also gave us a lesson that we need to be well prepared. So this emergency reserve center is going to be established in Guangdong province, where, Minister, you have been there. And it is already in the shape. And we are in close contact with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Fiji, and to share the relevant information. And we will try to implement what we have committed as soon as possible, because there is a need for the South Pacific countries to deal with climate change, to address the poverty issue, which is also part of your responsibility, Minister. And lastly, I simply want to say that I wish to express my sincere appreciation to Honorable Minister Pravin Kumar. I want to thank you for your support to the China-Fiji relations. And I also want to commend you for your hard work for the youth community and for the people of Fiji over the last few years, and particularly during this difficult time. And I know that you made a lot of travel, you met a lot of people, in the community people, and you listened to their requests, and you are trying to answer their demand. So I can assure you that and the Chinese embassy will continue to explore more opportunities to deepen our cooperation and deepen our partnership in the days and months to come. And I also wish that this batch of donation can help the youth in Fiji to have more sports fun in this post-epidemic era. And before I conclude, I simply want to also to tell our media people that I'm in the process of discussing with the minister of how we can do more just in the days to come. And I wish all of you present good health and stay safe. Vinaka Wakalev, thank you.
One, two, three.